Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, or H.W. Longfellow, is a mature writer of children's literature. Sincerity and simplicity are two aspects of his poetry, and we also enjoy a touch of music in his poems. The poem that we are going to deal with today, Daybreak, is also a lyric. It conveys upon the readers an urge for action. As the title suggests, it speaks about daybreak or dawn. The dawn is expected to trigger the resumption of human activities, and this is what actually is done in this poem. The wind urges the human beings to rise from slumber and resume their normal activities, because life is not something about contemplation. Life is about action, life is about dynamism, and the show must go on. It doesn't stop for anyone. This sense of action actually makes the poem an interesting read, and also to add to it is the personification of the wind, which serves as the messenger that conveys the news of the dawn to the human beings and other objects in nature. Let us go through the poem. Daybreak by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. A wind came out of the sea and said, "O mists, make room for me." It hailed the ships and cried, "Sail on, ye mariners, the night is gone," and hurried landward far away, crying, "Awake, it is the day." It said unto the forest, "Shout, hang all your leafy banners out." It touched the woodbird's folded wing and said, "O bird, awake and sing." And over the firms, "O chanticleer, your clarion blow, the day is near." It whispered to the fields of corn, "Bow down and hail the coming morn." It shouted through the belfry tower, "Awake, O bell, proclaim the hour." It crossed the churchyard with a sigh, and said, "Not yet, in quiet lie." The wind rises from the sea, and it has been personified in this poem. The wind moves from the sea, and it acts as a messenger which conveys the news of dawn all over nature. However, the wind has difficulty in movement due to the thick layer of mist that lies on the surface of the sea. It requests the mist to allow it passage so that it can carry on with the job that it has at hand now, that is to wake everyone up in nature and enable them to resume their normal course of action. At first, the wind sees the ships that are anchored, and it tries to wake up the mariners. It tries to call the mariners, shout out to the mariners or the seamen to get up, wake up, get the ships ready and start sailing, because that's what they're expected to do since it's already dawn. Then the wind proceeds over the land where the people are asleep, and it shouts out and tries to provide a sense that night is over, darkness has been dispelled, there's already light that has set in, and it's dawn, and it's not the time for sleep, it's the time for action, it's the time for work. People get up and get ready to pursue the normal course of action that you are supposed to take as the day dawns. It proceeds towards the forest, proceeds and moves through the forest and requests the trees to wake up from their slumber and flutter their branches, twigs and leaves that will signal the new day. It also requests the birds who are asleep to wake up from their slumber, to unfold their wings and start singing again, so that it provides a sense of dawn to the people. Next, it also requests the cock to give the clarion call, to wake the people up. The wind further proceeds and it requests the corn trees in the cornfields to bow before the sunlight, because sunlight provides them nourishment, and as the day dawns and the field is covered with sunlight, it requests them to show respect to the sun and bow. What actually is happening is the wind is blowing across the cornfields and it is making the plants bow down. It appears as if they are showing respect to the sun, which acts as a source of nourishment for them, and that is why out of respect they are bowing down. The wind now moves to the church tower or the belfry tower where the bell of the church is kept, and it requests the bell to signal the hour of the day to the people who can rise from their sleep and get back to the activities that they are supposed to do as day dawns, the normal duties that they pursue every day. However, when the wind blows across the churchyard where the graves are there, where the graves of the dead are there, it heaves a sigh. It doesn't wake them up. It says it's not time for them to wake up as yet, because they are dead, they are gone, and it's not proper to disturb their souls that lie in peace in the graves of the churchyard. That is why the wind, which serves as a messenger for dawn or daybreak, wakes everyone but doesn't want to disturb the souls of the departed that lie in rest in the graves in the churchyard. So the sense is that life will go on despite death. Death is a part of life, or rather a different side of the same coin. If life is one side of the coin, death is the other, and life and death coexist. But whatever is gone that needs to be forgotten, people need to move on. People need to move on, and people need to continue with their normal course of work at the beginning of daybreak each day. Death comes, death subdues the normal course of action of human beings for a certain time, but the theme of the poem is action. If you have to proceed with action, if you have to be dynamic, if you don't have much time to contemplate, then it's best that you leave death behind, leave the gloom behind, and proceed with what is positive, proceed with all the positivity in life, and try to achieve your daily goals. That is what the major concern of this poem is. It tries to spur human beings to be active, not be lethargic, not be subdued, but be active, and active right through.